everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making some puff candy or honeycomb candy. So in this pan here I have 5 tablespoons of golden syrup and I've got 200 grams of sugar here. And I'm just going to add in a splash of water, about 6 ml or so if you want an exact measurement, and then we're just going to start stirring this up. The heat is off right now as well. So now we're going to turn the heat on to about a medium heat, and we're just going to let this warm up slowly. You can do this without a thermometer, but I highly suggest you use a thermometer, just like this one. So right now I'm just going to put this here on the sides of my pot, and we're just going to let this warm up with it. We're going to heat it till it's about between 140 and 150, or until it gets a deep amber colour if you don't have one. But turn attention away from this for now. I've got a 20 centimetre by 20 centimetre baking tray, and I've just lined up with some parchment paper. A good way to quickly line something of any shape is to scrumple it up and then just press it into the shape. So, or whatever you're baking. Of course today we aren't baking anything, but we'll be pouring extremely hot liquid into it. Here I have just a saucepan that can withstand high temperatures. It's not necessary that you need to use a heavy bottom pan, but if you have one I would suggest it. So I'm going to come back when this is around 140 or so. So once it starts to bubble like this, you don't want to stir it anymore. If you feel like you need to stir it, just swirl the pan around like this. We're just coming up on 50°C right now. So we're getting here. The first thing we want to do is just boil off water. That water that we put in, we're just boiling off that now. Before we add in our bicarb of soda. So it's a very easy recipe to get. Like, you only need some sugar, some golden syrup, and you can use corn syrup and honey as well. But let's see, I'm just going to turn the heat down a little bit. And also I'm tilting it towards the thermometer just so we can get a more accurate reading. Because this here was reading 50, but it's actually about 10 degrees higher than that. So you just keep monitoring it. This isn't a recipe where you want to walk away and to do other things during it. You want to be here at all times. And remember, swirl it and don't stir it until the end. So I'll come back, or I'll actually come back when it's near the end. So as you can see here, guys, it's starting to change in colour a bit. And if I tilt it over to the thermometer, you can kind of see where the needle is. It's becoming more on the 150 side. Like that, but we're just going to let it climb just a little more. I've got 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda here. You can't use baking powder. I've tested it and it just doesn't work. So we're just going to wait for this to climb just this last little bit. And we're going to pull it off the heat as soon as it starts to get an amber colour. And I've just put my thing over here as well. So just away from the thing so we can quickly slide this off and over to there. So just a tiny bit more, and then we're going to pull it off the heat to then add in our bicarb soda. And when we add this in, we're going to keep constantly stirring until we pour it off over into there. So just a little more to go. Right about now, you're going to start boiling a kettle of water. Actually, I need to make sure there's water in the kettle. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm going to start boiling a kettle of water because this video has cleanup included. It's going to get a little loud, I apologise for that. I'll try to kind of talk over it. As you can see right now, it's almost ready, so we're going to get the bicarb. And so we're going to get this ready. We're going to get everything ready, we're going to pull this out. Just going to take a final temperature. Okay, this is telling me that this is ready, so I'm going to pull it off over here when it's still hot. Put in the bicarb soda and then start stirring, and it's going to start to puff up. Just like that. And it's going to start to expand. And then we're going to pour it off into here. I think I've gone just a little too dark with this, but it should be okay. So now I'm going to put this actually back over onto the heat. I'm going to put the heat on max, and then in goes the boiling water. So the kettle is right on cue. So I think I've just let that go on a little too dark, but it should be okay. Now we're just going to boil this. Maybe splash a little bit of water up onto the sides just to dissolve the sugar into the water. And this is by far the best way if you're making hard sweets, if you're making this. By far the best way to get sugar off is to use hot boiling water, and you're just boiling the water and getting the sugar off. So that's how you clean sugar off. And then in sink you want to use really hot soapy water. It's best to use one of these for cleaning your dishes, because especially if you don't have a very big tolerance for heat, then they work absolutely amazing. So back over here to our puff candy. So I think I've just gone a little too dark there, but nice and jiggly. And we're just going to leave this for 1.5 to 2 hours to set. I'll upload another short of the breaking up and taste test of it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more cooking videos. I'm going to try to upload a cooking video at least once a week. And I might upload a few this week since I'm off on holiday. And yeah, so see you then. Bye bye.